Hey, hope everyone's been good. Today we're starting in my place, my private residence, my condo. I wanted to show you guys a cool little project before we start talking about cars. Guess it's kind of car related, but I had COVID a couple months ago, and I always hated the way my half bath looked. So I had a bunch of memorabilia left over from the office, so I decided to I got some ideas online and make it a little bit, a little unique. So, and that in the laundry room, because I had that in my office too. But, I tried not to make my place look like a man cave just because, I don't know, it's like too car related all the time. But unfortunately, that's just all it's coming out to be. But let's get on with the video and show some cars. We've got to run some errands real quick, so let's start with a cold start on the AMG. Literally never can get tired of the sound. That deep 5.5 with a little hint of turbos. God, I love this car. We'll get to those later. All right, sold these headers for an 06 Z06, so I'm at UPS dropping them off. Yep. Usually the first thing is coffee, but we had to make an exception today, so coffee first. I can feel it entering my body. Okay, so starting this video and this year off with a little, I don't know. I'm not sure. I've been inconsistent with videos, and I just really haven't found what I want to do. So it's been challenging, and I feel like I keep making the same videos. I did get email confirmation today that my Z06, my C8 Z06 is going to be done in a couple weeks. I got an email from GM, so that's really exciting. That'll be up and coming on the channel. We're gonna go pick it up from the museum. Today I'm gonna kind of show you guys some new cars that we added to the collection and drive them. I feel like I don't show you guys the driving side of these cars, and a lot of people do want to see that, so let's start with that. Alright, so since we're in the ML, let's start with the ML. I bought this car just a few months ago. It's been awesome. I replaced my Jeep Gladiator. It's way more comfortable. It's a lot faster. There's a ton of room. You can see the sunroof. It feels so open. Air suspension, it's slammed to the ground, Rentec tune. I ended up doing a mid-muffler removal with an H-pipe. A friend recommended it to me, and it sounds great. And honestly, it sucks on gas, but for what it is, this car is just fun, comfortable. I've taken it on a road trip, and it fills that void of not having a sports car during winter months over here. So I definitely like it. It sounds great, as you guys saw earlier in this video. Since we're in it, how about I do a quick little review. All right, so the first thing you want to do is put it in Sport Plus, and then you can adjust this. This is a comfort, sport, or manual mode. I'm actually going to put it in manual just so we could shift gears manually, and I like to pop the moonroof a little bit just so you could hear the exhaust. But the Sport Plus on suspension actually brings the car to its lowest setting because it's on air, and it actually, here, take a look at this. The car is literally slammed. We do have a Rentec lowering module on it, so it really, it makes the car feel and drive like a sports car, and that's what I love about it. All right, so now that traffic's cleared a little bit, we'll take it around. Now this is a little curvy road I have by my place. You can. It's about 670 horsepower, all-wheel drive. Even in Sport Plus, because it's on air suspension, the car handles very smooth. I love this car, seriously. I put Apple CarPlay in it. Shout out to Ray's Electronics. I put a wireless charging phone mount, which is just absolutely amazing to have in this car. Radar, which is unplugged right now, but you know, it's just such an awesome car for the money, what I paid. I really don't see this car going anywhere anytime soon. It's just a blast to drive. It's weird. I never noticed the burbles in the exhaust until I did the H-pipe, and it made all of a difference. Like when you decelerate a little bit, you hear the popping a lot more, and it's just fun to drive. Really, it is. So thoughts on the AMG? It's staying. I love it. It's a great daily driver. I definitely need it for winter. It's on all-season tires, so it's not really the greatest in the snow, but I think next year, if I keep it, I definitely put winter tires on it. We have wheels for it. We're just waiting for better weather to put them on. I love this thing. It's not going anywhere. Pros are it's fast, it's comfortable, it's sporty. The only bad thing is it's horrible on gas. So here's the giveaway car. I never really do these, but this car I just have too much money into, so we're doing it. Now, as some of you might have seen on my Instagram or Facebook already, I bought this car because it was a high school dream car of mine. I wanted a S14 with an RB25. That was my goal in life when I was a teenager. All right, so here we are inside the S14. I did put this S15 steering wheel on it. I absolutely love it. I'm a big fan of factory steering wheels just because it makes the car feel factory-ish, I guess. I put that BTI screen in, so I guess my whole thing about it having a factory steering wheel doesn't matter because that's there. The car runs right now. It's on a really safe tune. God, it sounds amazing. This gauge is really cool. Like, it tells you speed. See the oil and fuel pressure. They need to be hooked up. I actually have the sensors, I believe. Ethanol ready. You can see the E85 portion right there. It is on a Haltech computer. This is unfortunately my speedometer for right now. That's how I got the car. But you know, this car just makes all the coolest noises ever. It is on a really safe tune. Sound Performance actually put a rev limiter on it at about 3,000 RPMs because they said I'm crazy for driving it as is. So, but they said I can limp it around and it shouldn't be a single issue with the car. So, oh yeah, just sounds amazing. Good old RB smells, and they always kind of have this weird faint oil smell. I mean, this car, I really wish at some point I could finish this car. I unfortunately just don't have the time. With the built motor and everything, God, this car is just a blast. Like, just the sounds, oh my God, I really wish I could have this straight open exhaust on the other one. But yeah, this one will be, the giveaway's live right now. Contact me, I'll put a link in the comments below, but contact me if you guys are interested in a spot. All right, since we're on the subject already, here's the other 240. This is the replacement of the black one. All right, so I'll tell you the quick story about this car. My friend Duke in Rockford, he owned it, and he actually listed it for sale before I bought the black one and decided to take it offline and keep the car. And I lost sleep. I was like, this car is unlike any other, and this is the 240 I want. And he told me I can't have it. And I ended up buying the black one, and surely enough, later on, he's like, you know, actually just like a couple weeks ago, he offered it to me for sale. This thing is RB25 swapped as well. It is a stock ECU, stock motor, as stock as they get. And it's literally only like maybe 280-ish to the wheel. The cool thing about this car, though, it's a 25,000 mile chassis. Yes, I am not kidding. It is as clean as they get. This is original paint on the car. It does need a paint correction. However, just still, that cherry red is absolutely beautiful, and I love this car just because. So I kind of feel like a giant in this car. It is a sunroof car, so the headliner is actually, I would say, about an inch lower than the black car because of that. So the cool thing is it's got Apple CarPlay too, so, you know, my biggest thing was I wanted to make the black car a daily drivable car, and it's cool to have an amenity. I am a stock radio fan aesthetically just because the nostalgia, but it is cool to have Apple CarPlay for sure. Yeah, this one's not as dramatic as the black car, you know, but it's a stock tune with the boost turned up a little bit with the manual boost controller. But yeah, it's not as loud, it's not as exciting. Eventually I'll get there and I'll probably do an upgraded turbo or something, but I think for now I just want to retune it and turn up the boost a little bit so I can enjoy it with a nice 400 wheel. So because of this, with the mileage, this car's not going anywhere. I absolutely love this car. This is like a dream come true for me, really. It's better than what I could expect, but this car is staying. It needs a couple little things. I think the drive shaft I'm going to replace just because it seems like it has a vibration and it's too long. So that'll be done, and then we will just continue to clean it up and make it OEM plus. All right, here's my all-time favorite. This car is staying. I can't even think about getting rid of this car. All right, so this car I actually haven't driven in 3 months. In fact, a month ago, I started up for the first time. It was not on a battery tender, so I'm like, oh crap, the battery's probably dead. But I swear, it fired up right away, and it was so fierce. I left the car with the valves open, and I've never heard the exhaust sound that insane. It was so cool to see. This car just is like the pinnacle of Corvettes to me. I don't think the new Z06 is still a better car, even though it's flat plane and DCT. This is a ZR1, that's a Z06, and that's what it comes down to. This car is literally what I've dreamt of, and I'm just so happy to have it. You can road trip it, you can race it, you can do everything in it, and it just checks all the boxes. All right, so trying out this new head camera mount out. This car is just, there's too much to list on why I love this car. The automatic rev match, the 6.2 supercharged V8 with instant torque. And I'm just so happy that I'm actually filming this video because, like, I get to drive it and enjoy it a little bit. I might go get lunch right now. It's an absolute fun car to drive. You have different sport modes, track, sport, and tour. And tour is great for highway driving. Sport is great for whatever the hell you want to do. And track is just, you know, when you want to toss it in a corner like this. Granted, I'm not pushing it to its limit, but, you know, it really does a really good job. And then you obviously have this. Just a corner exit. Yep, losing it. Tires are cold. It's not snowing. It hasn't snowed in quite a while. And the salt is actually off the roads in most areas, so it's nice that we can do this today in a cold January day. Gloomy old Chicago. Here's a transparent top that I love. Just makes it feel a lot less claustrophobic in the car. But competition seats, there's no complaints with this car. I had a lot of complaints on the Viper, and it was never my favorite because of it. And honestly, I don't miss the Viper. It was definitely a cool car to have in the garage, but I can't say I miss it. I haven't thought about it once. So here is a car I never really talked about, never really posted. This is actually my girlfriend's car. It's a 2002 Am WS6. It is mint condition. She bought it with 11,000 miles or something, and it's got like 13 on it now. She's owned it for about 3 years, and it's actually, funny story, this is actually the car that kind of got us talking. But it's, you know, she left it with me over the summer to just get the wheels put on and tints. It's a pretty bone stock car. It just has a catback exhaust. And I'm like, no, you can't just do wheels. You got to lower it. I blacked out the sail panel on the back, had the windows tinted, and I also decided to do the little diffuser section on the back end. The car is, I mean, God, I've never owned one of these. This was actually one of the first cars I fell in love with as a kid, and it's just badass to see one this clean, with, you know, driving it with the miles it has. It feels like a brand new car still. Just absolutely amazing. All right, so driving the TA, obviously it's not the most beautiful interior. Love the classic red gauges. That was a huge Pontiac thing. The monsoon sound system. It does have T-tops, which is awesome. It is an auto. Sorry, boys. The deal was just too good to pass up, even though it was an auto. It's just a great-looking car, a great cruiser. My favorite thing is that it has no creaks because of the low miles. It's crazy. Like, it actually handles well. It's a great cruiser. I had Speed Ink do a basic tune on it just to adjust shift points and fans and whatnot. Handles really well, surprisingly. I put some summer tires on it. I think they're Falcon something, I can't remember exactly, but just the overall feel of the car, it's just, you know, it's such a pretty looking car, and that's why I have it. I'm just storing it for her for winter. So you guys remember this one, obviously, Anvil Super Vet. It's a Super Vet ZR6X wide body kit. I had, it's got twin turbos on it. It's an STS rear mount, built LS3. It's got a fuel system running E85, ID injectors. It's painted a Jeep Anvil gray. I bought it from a friend who just, you know, he had good taste in it. He's the one who did the twin turbo, the wide body, and picked the color that it is. I just decided to make it my own a little bit. Put BC forged wheels on it, ZR1 carbon ceramic brakes, did the Morimoto headlights and taillights. We put an OEM GM carbon fiber lip. I painted the side skirts in an OEM GM carbon flash color. I just wanted it to be like an OEM plus. I love the wide body of this car. We did an APR carbon fiber rear diffuser and the ZR1 style spoiler. It's just... All right, so we're driving the twin turbo Corvette. This is actually a fun car. It's a little stinky because of no cats and the E85 smell, but you know, it made about 630, 640-ish to the wheel. I think it was like 637 to be exact. It's an awesome car. It definitely spins in this weather, especially. Test it out a little bit. Carbon fiber steering wheel, stock radio, as you can see. ZR1 seats, clear top. Let's try it in third. Yeah, it just wants to break loose and put me into the ditch, which isn't good. Turbos do kick in a little bit later, but nothing too crazy. Oh Jesus, almost lost it there. These R888s do not like cold weather, I'll tell you that. The car's a complete different animal on a summer day. It's a fun car to drive though, I swear. Really makes all the cool noises. It's uncommon to hear a C6 with these kind of sounds. So as much as I love the Anvil Corvette, I am selling that one. I just don't have the room for it right now. It's a great car. It's for sale on our website, chicagomotorcars.com. I don't have the space for it. I have other cars coming, and that one I really bought as a project to, you know, make it my own and then sell it. So that one is for sale. We won't be keeping that. So here's a little fun one. 2006 350Z. This color is called Interlagos Fire. It changes from like a bronze to a purple. It's a pretty cool color. It's a legit car. Low on boost, only about 5.5, 6 pounds. It makes about 400 wheel. We did list it for sale on eBay and a couple other sites. Very clean car inside and out. It's a southern car. We got it in Texas. I believe it was Florida before that. Super cool car. It's definitely got it's a blast from the past, because 350Zs, like I mentioned, were like hot in the 2000s, and you know, I still think the car is kind of cool. Like, there's a soft spot definitely for me. One of my friends growing up had an 03 in a similar color, and it was a cool car for sure. I don't hate this car, like, and it's shocking because I love the torque from a V8 and whatnot, but like, this car's still like, I don't know, maybe it's a sentimental value that is in it, but like, this car has like a weird fun presence to it. It's not the fastest thing at 400-ish wheel. But you know, it handles really well. It's not the best sounding. It looks and handling, this car really wins, and I like that about it. I love the 3-pack gauges. It's a cool timeless design. This is my 2013 ZR1. This car you might have seen before. Well, obviously I posted it online, but this car was owned by my friend Jason in California, who I got the car from, sold it to my buddy Wayne, who traded it back in like a year or two later, and then I sold it to my friend Bruce early 2022. Bruce really had no intentions of selling it, and after the Viper, I'm like, damn it, I need another car. So I talked to Bruce, and he was, you know, being a good friend and let me have it. But these wheels, you guys you might remember, they were on my C7. I got the car on Forge Line drag wheels. I wanted something more street friendly, so I decided to put these on because they had R888s, which hook pretty damn well still, even at the 860 wheel, and the car just goes like a rocket. I did swap the taillights to the Morimoto Reds, and here's a cool thing that I actually learned on this car. This car is a ZR1 high performance package car, and this spoiler is actually only available on that car. They call it the full length spoiler. As you notice, it doesn't have the cuts that actually go lower around the third brake light like all the other ZR1. So it's a full length spoiler, and it's only on, I think, 2012 and 2013 ZR1s, and the gear ratios are actually different too. This car has an Akrapovic exhaust, which I might switch back to stock mufflers just because I love the way they sound. But check out this interior. This is one of my favorite parts about the car. One of the previous owners did carbon fiber all inside, and then obviously you guys know the 2013 seats, how awesome they look. This car is like legit. If this car was white, it would be the C6 version of my C7, and yeah, I love this thing. Wow, it actually gave me no issues at all. I didn't go wide open throttle, but it hooks still partial throttle. I don't know, whatever. But future of this car, as much as I love it, it's the reason I'm selling the Anvil Vet. Future of this car, I'm uncertain. I do want to keep it. We'll see when the C8 comes and if I'm gonna keep this car, but it's an awesome car. It's only got 9,000 miles. I got a great deal on it, so we'll see. It's a 13. The car is actually, I mean, you just don't see 13s pop up for sale that often, so I think this car will be worth a good amount in the future. So I might hold on to it. I don't know. I think the car is absolutely insane. I love it. I wish it wasn't black. It's the only thing I don't, it looks great in black, don't get me wrong, but if it was white, I'd probably, yeah, it'd probably not leave the garage ever. So we'll see what happens. I love this car. It's a blast to drive. I'm happy to finally have something fun in the garage again. So, you know, I'm planning on keeping it for now. So thank you guys again for watching today's video. It was a long one. I apologize. I want to try to make more content that's shorter and more condensed, but this is probably the last garage update we have for a while. We are going to the Corvette Museum to pick up my new Z06, so stay tuned and the next video will be an awesome one. Thanks again, guys.